You've made history here in Oregon with legalization. Last year, it was just coming on the verge of it, and I'm so glad to be back again. And, the future really looks bright. It's all these clubs and stuff that are forming. They're like community centers, and that's what this movement's about. Unity of the people through nature and a plant, man. And, when we're talking about history, we're not only talking about history of people like Jack Hare and Eddie Lepp in prison and stuff like that, but people like Ray Crystal, who I shared this stage with last year, man. Now he's gone, but that brother did so much for this cause, And Paul helped that brother out. Paul's done so much for this cause, too, and it's really important to remember that. And when we talk about cannabis history, man, we're talking about tens of thousands of years of history. According to the latest archaeological evidence, we've been making hemp fibers for 32,000 years, and this comes in the forms of tools used for breaking up the fibers of hemp. We have evidence of hemp cloth, 12,000 years old, you know what I mean? So this is something that was spread out throughout the whole ancient world. Oldest evidence of burning cannabis to inhale its fumes actually comes from the Ukraine, from 5,500 years ago, from the Proto-Indo-Europeans. These are the same people that domesticated the horse. Even the domestication of the horse was thought to come about through the use of hemp rope. And so these same people that were making hemp rope, domesticating the horse, they burned cannabis and they spread the use of cannabis throughout the ancient world. And I don't care where you're from in this world, man, your culture has a connection with this plant. Whether it be in China, where they've been using cannabis seeds and fiber for food and cloth for probably 4,000 or 5,000 years, and burning it for probably like 3,000, 4,000 years, The oldest pharmacopoeia is from China. The pen to Sao, thought to be 2,700 BC, 4,700 years ago. Cannabis is probably the first medicine. Currently, they think that cavemen may have been using cannabis to fight off parasites. So this is coming from scientists, people like Dr. Guy Jeffries from GW Pharmaceuticals. He suggests that cannabis played a role in the Great Leap Forward. This is when humanity was discovering things like the making the wheel and how to control fire. So cannabis may have played a role in that novel ability to think and create in new ways. And in Mesopotamia, in Assyria, and Babylonia, they burned cannabis in the temples under the name Kanabu and also anointed their skin with it. And this led over into the Hebrew use of it, where people like Moses used cannabosum, the Hebrew name of cannabis, and the holy anointing oils and incenses, man. Moses would cover his body in cannabis and myrrh and cinnamon oils and then burn that on the altar of incense and actually speak to the Lord in the pillar of smoke over the incense altar. And then in Persia, Zoroaster, man, one of the great prophets of the ancient world, used cannabis and infused wines, and that was the main source of enlightenment in the Zoroastrian religion. In India, man, going back to the Stone Age, the longest continually worshipped God on earth, Shiva, is the Lord of cannabis, also Lord of yoga, you know what I mean? There's a whole movement of ganja yoga going on right now because that's how yoga was originally performed. You can go to India right now, see sadhus and other holy men partaking of the holy chillum in honor of Shiva before sitting down to their yogic practices. And Africa, man, it's spread all over Africa. Pygmies say that they've been using cannabis since the dawn of time and that God gave them hemp so they'd be healthy and happy. So all over the world, people have recognized this powerful medicinal plant, man. First medicine, first sacrament, and probably first recreational too, you know what I mean? Because it is about feeling good and feeling positive and getting back into that vibration of nature. You could go to any bar here in town. I bet you at closing time, you see fistfights outside of that bar. I bet you that never happens once in a medical club or a recreational club with cannabis. Just good vibes. And that's what this plant is about, and that's what it's bringing to this planet right now in this important time. We can use hemp to heal our planet, stop cutting down our old growth forests. We can move away from fossil fuels with hemp fuel. We can feed the world with the most nutritious plant on the world, hemp seed. And hemp's coming here to Oregon as well, man. There'll be a huge dehulled hemp seed, you know what I mean? We can heal our economy. What's happening here right now in Oregon? Think about not only these clubs, but all the advertising dollars, graphic artist dollars, all these sub-industries, people making concentrates, people growing it. We're talking about the billion-dollar crop that Jack Hare preached about for 20 years taking place right now, and this time, and this here, and you people in Oregon are leading that battle, man. I'm hoping next week when I go back to Canada, we have legal weed there on the federal level, man. We got an election on Monday. The guy leading the poll says he's going to legalize cannabis. We'll be the first country in North America to have federal legal cannabis. So We're making the future right now, and in the future, as Bob Marley said, in this great future of ours, don't forget the past, man. So pay respect to your ancestors who brought this plant down through the ages. Listen to their wisdom, listen to their love, and take that with you and spread it around the world. God bless you all, man. Make way for the tree of life.